Imagine having to wake up to a walking routine every day. This is the story of men and women from the slums who are in a constant chase to put food on the table. It's an early morning in Nairobi and everything is brightening up. For some though, it marks the start of yet another struggle as they take on the challenge of walking through various residential estates and commercial areas towards either the industrial area or the leafy suburbs, the places from which they derive their sustenance. But many of them have no indication of exactly what work they will engage in today. It's just the latest 24-hour episode of Survival. To many, a man or woman who resides in the city slums, it's time to step out and face the day. 25-year-old Vincent Ocheng lives in the Mathare slums. He is running a bit late today because of our visit, but for the last 5 years, he has been on the move. On this day, he's headed to Buruburu.
Kutoka hapa natembea masaa 4 mpaka Buruburu.
He resides in this single small room in Mathare's Muradi area.
Mimi huamka 5 ama 4:30 kama kuna kazi nenda mbali.
Soon he's ready for his journey, which begins here. Today's tools of work at hand. He tells me walking is normal for him, a part of life.
Yani kawaida, inabidi tu tusukume.
Vincent Ocheng is one among many living this kind of lifestyle. They literally are the steps towards putting food on the table. His lucky day will see him work under instructions at this construction site.
Ndio kazi inatulisha leo.
For these house cleaners, it's a hunt for treasures hidden deep in Nairobi's leafy suburbs of Westlands, Hurlingham and others. To reach here, they walk from Kibera, Kawangware and others from Kangemi. They have made different spots in this leafy suburb, their waiting area. Their narration paints a picture of despair.
Yani unaweza kuja ukae, ukose ama upate. Sasa si kazi ambayo unatoka kwa nyumba kama uko na imani naenda kufanya kazi, hapana.
Trying to work for some income for them comes with camping for many hours in hope that a window will roll down. The beginning of a successful day.
Kibahatika unaenda, ni kazi yenye tunafanya ni kufua nguo, kufanya nyumba cleaning na kupiga pasi.
Kenya's urban slums are expanding at a rapid rate, attracting desperate crowds. Getting a job remains a challenge, and it takes creativity and initiative to cope with life. These two painters from Mukuru kwa Jenga slums have set up base at Cabanas. They are ready for a painting or a drawing job depending on what comes their way.
Sisi wanga tunakaa hapa, yule akona ile kazi ya kupaka rangi ama kazi ya kuchora anakuja kutuchukua hapa.
Like any other job, they have their successful and dry days in equal measure.
Tunaweza pata kitu kama 800. Siku mbaya saa nyingine hata tunapata hata saa 2, saa 1, saa nyingine tunaenda nyumbani bila.
Living in slums requires a committed mind to working, especially to avoid engaging in crime, an option chosen by many young people. He is locally known as Chomelea. That translates to the repair man who deals with plastic containers.
Kwanza nikianza asubuhi naanzianga hapa kwangu kwa Jenga. Napanda napita pipeline, naingia mpaka Muradi, Embakasi, napiga round tena. Nakuja kutokea Ndoni, Lungalunga. Sasa naingia napumzika.
Mind you, he's an artist.
Maisha ni ngumu, inabidi mbaya. Ngoma zenye nimetunga hata sina wakati wa kusirekodi, manake pesa ya kurekodi hapo. Sasa wanga najaribu kuhustle na hicho melea nione kama itafikia wakati.
The transition from the chains of hardship is evident, taking a step closer to what many slum dwellers believe would change with time.
Matarajio yangu kila siku ndio nasema, Mungu anifungulie nipate kazi nisikae hapa.
Two slum dwellers tell me varying stories of their lives. One is an accountant, the other specializes in house cleaning. Walking for hours every day is the only thing that makes them equal.
Nimetembea tuseme karibu miaka 10, lakini sio kwa mtu mmoja. Ukitembea saa zingine unakuwa mgonjwa, kipi yangu najifinyilia ndio nione familia yangu inaweza simama.
The pay I get does not allow me, so budget has to be trimmed. That's why I decided to do the work.
Survival tactics are required regardless of education levels. A controversial VAT bill now before a parliamentary committee seeks to waive tax exemptions on more than 400 basic commodities. Although members of parliament agreed in principle to retain the exemptions on bread and maize flour, the widespread calls for other essential items to be spared the tax are allowed. To these slum dwellers, it's an outcry.
Hiyo nayo wakiongeza watakuwa wametuumiza sana kwa zenyewe kazi ni ngumu, hata unafanya kazi unakosa lunch, na hiyo breakfast unasikia tu.
Jacqueline Mogo, Executive Director of Federation of Kenya Employers, thinks that the government should instead focus on labor productivity, and that will translate to improved living standards.
So you cannot have wages chasing inflation, that's what we've always said. The answer lies in containing the prices of our basic commodities.
What if the VAT bill becomes law? Will that call for review of labor laws?
So we have to rethink. If we overtax, we overregulate, and already there are indications that these costs will be passed on to the consumer, obviously that's what employers have to do.
At least for now, these slum dwellers have not turned to illegal ways of making money, say crime or prostitution. They have literally put a foot forward. Walking for long distances that consume more than 5 hours a day is now a lifestyle in the fight for survival. For JSO at 7, I'm Sam Gakunyi.